Hey lovely people of the internet, I'm Jamie. Let's hang out and watch episode 7 of Pluribus, The Gap. Hey everybody, I am glad you are here watching with me today. We are in new territory, I believe. We saw, I don't know if we know his name yet, mystery Paraguay guy going off and hopefully meeting up with Carol shortly. I did see the thumbnail and it looked like we might be with him, but I'm hoping it doesn't take too long for him to actually get where we are. It's interesting that it's called The Gap. I'm wondering if it's going to kind of fill in some missing pieces for us, or it's going to show the disparity between what he's experienced and what Carol's experienced. I don't know. To be honest, that's pretty much my only guesses. I think last episode was a slow but steady one. I think it was needed. We got some good answers. We got to see Carol and that, I don't know if dichotomy is the right word, but like both sides of her wanting that independence and trying to be strong, but also feeling isolated and needing that human connection. I thought it was very funny that John Cena showed up. John Cena. And I'm glad that they finally specified, though whether they actually uphold this or not, that there has to be consent. But from everything we've seen, that makes sense. And we also got the news that they're only going to be alive for a set amount of time if things don't change and they can make their own food. Now, again, I don't know what the purpose was of this initially happening. Like, I can't remember, they had said something in the first episode of like being purveyors of space travel, not space travel, but like they go to other planets. I don't know, I can't remember, but it was essentially indicating that there were people, not people, but people who sent out this protein wavelength, whatever it is. But now that they've done that, like if they've done this to other planets as well, how do they continue to survive? Is that literally how they function as beings that do no harm, but the only way they can continue their survival is doing what they did with humans and then transferring to humans, but then that just prolongs their life a little bit more at a time until they can go to another planet, do the same thing. Hypothetically, space travel, if they have the greatest minds working for them, they could probably find ways to get to other planets that have other life forms. And also, what about like cellular level life forms, things like that? How do they continue their survival if that is even the point of who they are and what they want? I don't know. Lots of questions, and obviously I am not a scientist, so fit check, pretty standard, normal, wearing my favorite color, got the earrings and such on. Life-wise, things are getting very busy, so I haven't even had time to stream, so, you know, that's good in a way. Annoying in others. I would really like to stream because I found a lot of games that I'm really interested in playing, but for now the main focus is work and trying to hone my skills for that and doing the reactions because that is my first passion. So yeah, this video is for commentary and discussion purposes. All rights belong to the original creators, so please support the official release. And if you'd like to watch the full length of this episode and previous for Pluribus, as well as Stranger Things Season 5 and Free Run and Nobody Wants This, those are all up on Patreon right now. All right, grab a snack, get settled in, and let's watch more Pluribus. I know I mentioned it before, but I'm still surprised that there's not more people. I know there's only, 12 people, but I'm surprised more of them aren't cautious like this and, upset.
Hello, Carol. We're John Cena.
We're John Cena. Some of them probably are upset, but they're dealing with it in the only ways that they can, or they're just saying, hey, we gotta push forward, and...
Yep, it's pretty much what it sounds like.
The world is doing the best
I get
it can. They want to come
I'd be in between of just wanting to roll with it and say, this is how it is, what can I do to make the best of it, versus what Carol's doing. An Apple original. Gorgeous landscapes as usual. Flagstaff. Las Vegas. Viva. So it's no? Yeah. Police car, so she's leaving Las Vegas. Yes. Now I remember. Okay. Hopefully your car doesn't break down. I'm assuming gas is free. Cleared out for most of it. Looks like maybe cigarettes in the back because they wouldn't want cigarettes.
Hello, Carol. This is a recording. At the tone.
I would just... Okay.
We'll do our best to provide it. Our feelings for you.
Oh, okay, it is the same. I was going to say, I would just ask them to shorten the message just to the beginning.
I need pump number 1 turned on.
Do they know where you are? Probably, but, you know. Okay. They are efficient. We love that. Yeah, what else is in the background? What other things have they chose to leave behind?
Hello, Carol. At the tone, you can
There you go.
to request anything you might need.
Is that a lottery ticket?
But after everything that's happened, we just need a little space.
I mean, if she's trying to do things in a legit manner, I guess.
I want a Gatorade. Real sugar, not fake. And I want it ice cold.
Okay. Are you going to be moving or staying here? What are the logistics? And that's the other thing. If they could make the world such an amazing place. You know, actually use real ingredients for things and not trying to, like, swindle and, you know, capitalism, right? They can actually make a lot of products that are healthier, just maybe not as long lasting. Okay, that is fun. I mean, that's just a dream right there, but what is she going to do for it? Because she always has some kind of plan in mind. Wonder if this is just propaganda for drones. I wonder how it is going to be ice cold. And again, is that part of a plan, or did she just give in? Oh, she's gonna call him. Because if she wanted to do things the legit way, win the lottery, get money. But again, no, you don't need money, so I don't know. Maybe she would want to just do everything as if it did cost money.
I didn't say lukewarm. I didn't even just say cold. I said
ice cold. What's that song? The Hey Ya song?
Do better next time.
See, I wonder if that impacts them. If they're like, oh no, we messed up. Or if they don't have any feelings in any case.
It's the end of the world
as we know it. It's the end of the world. Know it.
It's the end of the world.
I do sing very loud in my car, so this would be great. That was a great cutoff. I thought it went to the next episode because of how abrupt it was, so I was like, what? Counting up, 12 days, okay. Oh, no. Please be safe. I mean, she's already dealt with a hand grenade, so... Is that not too close?
Bum, 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 bum.
Yeah, I'd still be a little cautious about that. I mean, animals need connection too. Not quite the same. Well, at the moment, it looks like she's embracing. Nice shot. Potentially hers, but I meant this.
Right?
There's a lot of animals nearby. Okay.
Won't you just let me be? I'm alright.
I bet a lot of animals probably would be more docile because they're not being like hunted or anything. But also, I wouldn't expect that animal to be there. Uh-oh. That'd be kind of disheartening. Like the one thing that you really chose, not working now. Because it almost feels like a life where you just have to let go of so many things, but technically, you could also choose to embrace many things. We going for the sports car? I like the first, the third. At first I thought that had moose antlers on it. Alright. I feel like it suits her. More practical, just the solid black. Not so much, you know, the balloons and all that, but... That becomes our way. World in a love embrace. And explode into space. Well, that's gonna be stuck in my head now the rest of the day. I'm assuming that's what was going on. I'd be a little worried that the guy's gonna show up while she's naked. Okay, so it wasn't solid, or at least it looks like there's white on it there. Georgia Museum, okay. It's a very funny sequence of just her going to different places, which is great, and just singing songs, but music is a very powerful thing. Again, I have this like dichotomy of it's great that she's going out and doing this stuff and that you can appreciate things when you are by yourself, but that again, we do want that human connection aspect to like share these things with people too. She's taking the real one. I get it. That's a fun little thing. Surreal. It'd be interesting if her and the Paraguay guy hit it off. There's that mutual connection that you want to share each other, like everything with each other. But then they only have a set amount of time to live. But I mean, if they can learn how to live off the land and stuff.
I know you remember where Helen and I had our anniversary, so there. And,
Which one? So I'm guessing that, because there's been little hints throughout the episode that maybe today was a special day. I was wondering if it was the 4th of July or something because of the fireworks and stuff, but I think it's more like she chose the Just Married car with the hearts. Wow, this is gorgeous, and she looks amazing. Oh, is that French toast?
Helen's birthday.
If the food was a callback at all or not. Oh, gosh.
And
She already had that outfit? Damn. Ooh, damn. Yeah, this is just so gorgeous. I wonder what it's like to film stuff like this, though, because eating scenes are always tricky.
Mm-hmm. I'll give them this. Those crazy bastards sure can cook.
I would sure hope so. Best chefs in the world. There's a lot of grief in a way. Well, not in a way. There would be a lot of grief, but it's twofold, at least. Need something to fill the silence. That's interesting. Or is it just the sheet music? Okay. I was petrified. You are. That's what I was worried about. But yeah, it's tough because she has to deal with the grief of losing Helen, first off, but then just also humanity as she knew it. The future she thought she had, not just with her, but also with Helen.
He's great. They got
Uh-oh. You have nothing to fear, sir.
Manousos,
Manousos.
¿qué tal un poco de agua? Estamos seguros que no quieres deshidratarte. Si llegas a perder solo 5% de agua corporal, puede provocarte agotamiento y dolores de cabeza.
I feel like I'm dehydrated.
Hasta cálculos renales.
Those would not be fun.
Hay un mirador que creemos que te va a resultar completamente asombroso. Puede ser un buen sitio para que tome un descanso.
Not a bad idea.
Chaito.
Yep, him and Carol, two peas in a pod. Yep, they can see you. It looks like there's potentially blood on the back of his, like, bandana thing, but that could also just be the design. The dog is yellow. The cat is gray. The dog is yellow. You gotta do what you gotta do. Yep, and then stick it in. I wonder how scientific this actually is. I think it's true. But, you know, you see this all the time in media, and not everything on media that we see in media is correct, accurate. Again, this is how Carol had started, trying to keep everything as status quo, I guess, of how it used to be, but we see now things are shifting, though she still has elements of her independence, but she is asking for things more. The dog is yellow, or was yellow. Trying to get, yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yellow,
Trying to learn
the yellow dog.
English. The yellow dog chases the gray cat. Now you chasing Carol. This is a nice vibe. Again, it's a hard show to react to in a way, especially when you're doing it solo. I mean, we can't ask them to not be themselves, obviously, but they have to know how off-putting it is for him. And I think like they don't want to upset them. But maybe they're just trying to like get them used to things. I'm not sure. But yeah, it's a hard show to react to by yourself because of, well, A, copyright stuff, but also like there's a lot of silence, which I love. I just love how slow paced it is. But if I wasn't doing this as a reaction, yeah, it'd be more of a vibe of just like being in it and just experiencing the slow paced, you know, timing. Enjoying the music. So I wonder if his car specifically is special to him. Because, I mean, we all have attachments. But I'm wondering if it's a deeper attachment or if he'd be willing to take another car if needed. Gorgeous architecture. Love the style, colors. That it is. If I wanted to learn another language, I feel like library is always one of the things you learn in a different language. I missed that one, if that was accurate. Going to the library. Love the sound of rain. I would probably choose, I don't know, maybe Japanese, because I do want to go there. But there's so many places that not so many, there's a few places I'm interested in visiting, because I'm a bit of a homebody, if you couldn't tell. Sleeping in a church. Gorgeous again, damn. The show is really nice at just showcasing like a variety of different places. Important to learn, you know, to whom, them. My brain's blanking, but things like that. I think it's important to, you know, try to upkeep your appearance because it does have psychological effects when you feel like you look good and feel good, you know. The more we take care of ourselves, the better we can feel. Like, look at that waterfall, damn, and like the lush green. Is he catching fish? Resourceful, we like that. Oh, wow. Was that real? Because I feel kind of bad for it. Like as an actual thing, not if it was CGI or something. I wonder if the show does have a soundtrack. Because I would definitely want this one. What has he been eating? Because, like, is there grocery stores and things that he's willing to go to and get food in? Because he wouldn't take it from them. Getting into a little bit rougher terrain area here. What happened? Was there like a plane crash or something? Otherwise, this just looks like a big trap. Or it's very sketchy. But I think I've said before, I'd want to learn like Japanese because I watch a lot of anime. I've started to watch a lot of Korean things too. I don't know. Again, great sound work.
Manousos. Por favor, no hagas esto.
Oh, it's a place where you...
Demasiado peligroso.
Okay, good. Not what I thought then.
Fuerte.
El pronóstico del tiempo para esta semana
Nice
se
that they're
presta para una
still
caminata.
keeping track of
Va a estar
that.
a 38 grados con una humedad
Ooh.
de 98%. El bosque tropical tiene una gran diversidad de víboras, arañas y insectos.
I mean, maybe it's not what we think.
Una herida mínima podría llevarte a una infección mortal.
I mean,
Mira todas
this
las
all
cosas a tu alrededor.
sounds worth taking into consideration.
Podemos llevar a donde quieres ir. ¿Qué tal a Nuevo México? Te podríamos tener ahí al anochecer. Hasta podemos transportar tu carro.
I mean, we're not surprised, but makes sense why he might be.
Vemos cuánto significa para ti.
Maybe he's like... No? Okay. Oh, gonna light it on fire, so that way there's no turning back. So he is a very, potentially, I don't know, but very prideful man.
No pueden darme nada, porque todo lo que ustedes tienen es robado.
Damn. I'm assuming that's a real thing, but I don't know. But I didn't think it would happen that fast. I know he put gasoline on it. I mean, I agree. I do feel like it is stolen because they took their identities and bodies and brains. But I wonder if they see it more as like assimilation or something.
I am not one of them. I wish to save the world.
How the heck is he gonna do this?
I am not one of them. I wish to save the world.
Well, you're not gonna do it by being stubborn, in my opinion. But if you prove me wrong, I'm happy about this.
I am not one of them.
I feel like he's gonna have to wave to the sky at some point, but
Es Manousos Oviedo.
there's a fine line, right, between pride and stupidity, in my opinion.
My name is Manousos
That's gorgeous.
Oviedo. I am not one of them.
But again, he's a very resourceful man. It's a very impressive.
My name is Manousos Oviedo. I am not one of them.
Hindsight is 2020. And I think they say, I can't remember the quote, but something's only brilliant if you survived or something. Like, it's only genius if it worked. Otherwise, it's stupidity. So if he makes it through without any help, I look like the fool. But statistically, please don't fall and twist something. It's good that he's practicing, and, you know, that's what's keeping him grounded. Kind of like singing for Carol.
So yeah, I am not one of them. I wish to save the world.
So he goes way until night before he even sets up like shelter or a fire, which is risky.
Es Manousos Oviedo. Not one of them.
And he also stays very calm. Ooh. There's a lot of them. Because I'm assuming that's the thing they were talking about. Is there not any other place you can go? Like, you know, because there's a lot of them in this area. Ugh. Like, what if you back away from one and you back into another one? Grrr. So was that like the poison stuff or whatever? Or was that just really pointy and painful? Whew. Oh no, what do you have to do? You have to like cauterize it or whatever. That's gonna fucking suck. You gotta do it. If anything, I wish you could have fallen forward, but again, if he broke his ankle or something, that'd be it. If he broke a wrist, not great, but could still work with it. And as long as this isn't actually like poisonous or whatever. But there was like how many of them? Yeah, that makes sense. Oh no.
It's Manousos. Oh yeah.
I'm curious how far he made it.
Not one of them.
You're a smart man. Recognize when you're not doing so hot. Oh no. He can't just die like this, right? They wouldn't have introduced him, brought him in just for this. Is he gonna wave at the sky unintentionally? Or intentionally? Thank you, subtitles, or else I would not have known what he said there. Helicopter? So they were always planning on intervening if need be. Again, I wish we had a map and could have seen how far he made it. Again, great sound work of putting us in his perspective. Ugh, that whole sequence was so rough. Ugh, I got all warm. 48 days, damn, okay. What were we at last time? I'll have to check because I was not paying attention. I thought it was only like 20 something. More music. Oh, it wasn't the song I thought it was. I thought it was Cherry Bomb at first. Great shot again. CG? I don't know, probably, but damn. That looked great. Is she just trying to take out all the windows? And is that what she did in the background? She has really worked on her shot. Yep. I mean, it feels wasteful and or bad for nature and stuff. Just like raining glass down. What about poor animals and stuff? But those are the old feelings, right? The old rules. Oh, cool. Oh, you're in the middle. Okay. Well, I hope they show us, but also is this not dangerous? And if it's a real thing for the actor? Nice shot. I like that. Is she even gonna care? Nope. Okay. Isn't there one more? Yeah. The emptiness. Clicking. I mean, you know that there's a way to reverse it. Oh my god. Okay. Yep. Nothing. Yeah. I'd say that's probably depression. Despite the fact that she's going out and doing things, if it doesn't mean anything. Is that her house? I don't know. It's a great juxtaposition with the music and her expression. I'm a little worried that she's just drinking all the time to numb things. Oh god. Abrupt quietness. There's no way she put that fire out, right? I wonder what it was like to film this show. The emotions are going woo! Which again makes sense if we were in this position too. But I mean, mine have been just watching this episode. So again, it was interesting that she was just willing to essentially die, but she is still doing things. Like, has goals, I guess? Even if they're like mini goals. Let's see. Maybe we'll see at the end. We've transitioned a little bit from her filling a silence herself with singing to internal, maybe. Could be because of like, what's the point sort of thinking. Or she's just gotten comfortable with it. Related to what she put on the ash flop. I mean, I'm happy to see her. Them. I feel like this could go in many different ways. She looks like she's gonna cry. Yeah. Even though we know it's all of them, this is the one person that she made like a sort of connection with. Is it I'm sorry? Or come back? As I said, we all need that human connection. That was such a powerful ending, though. I really liked that. But it's interesting because now I'm wondering, is he gonna get there? Manousos. And then she's going to be not converted, but she'll be less in the same place that I guess he was when we, left him. But I mean, Carol was like that, and now we saw this, so maybe things will change for him, but I don't know. It's such a complicated thing, because in the back of my mind, I'm like, well, is she just doing this to try to get more answers? But those emotions seemed really, really real, so I didn't write much, obviously. You probably could see that if you were watching the full length, as in I didn't write anything other than the episode, Manousos' name, and 48 days. Yeah, so there's been a big time jump. Carol's had to deal with that isolation, and as we know, isolation is one of the hardest things. So is being in a confined space with other people and not being able to leave, but it's that juxtaposition. It's one or the other, the extremes that are really hard. We need that middle ground, and so I think Carol realizes that now. I'm really worried about Manousos. Hopefully I'm saying that right. I'll have to go back and listen. But yeah, that was horrible. Good on him for trying to, stick to his virtues and his values, but as I said, there is a fine line between genius or, in his case, success of his goals versus putting yourself into a detrimental place and hurting yourself. To be honest, I don't really have a lot to add, because I think the next episode is going to be a really key player in how things develop. Everything's been rather slow, and again, not in a bad way at all. I really, really like it. And I think if you were watching this and not reacting, it would be like a nice pace for a show, especially in today's world where we're so used to shorts and, TikTok and fast things. It's like all the short form things. So this is just kind of expanding your attention span and just letting you take things in and form your own thoughts. But I think it's going to be a key player, because I'm hoping that Manousos shows up. And I'm hoping we get to see a little bit more development with like where Carol's mind is at, especially now that Zosha's back and maybe the other joined people in that area. Or we'll see if maybe there was an ulterior motive. Ulterior, there we go. Ulterior motive. I think it's gonna be, as I said, with human nature, it's gonna bounce back and forth, and Carol's going to feel one way for a bit of time and then switch it up. But I think the through line is still going to be what is important to her, which is getting the world back to where it was. But we will see. I'm excited to see. People change. Minds are flexible, as I said. But I think because the world is so drastic, it's something very difficult to get used to. But as I said, humans are pretty incredible, and we can really adjust to a lot of things that we wouldn't think possible. If you enjoyed watching this with me, leaving a like just lets me know you'd like to see similar things in the future, and also just shows me support, which I really, really appreciate. If you'd like to stick around, subscribe. Let me know your thoughts on this episode, and if you also freaked out at the parts I freaked out at. I would say if you would like to hang out more, then check out the other spaces as I normally do, but as I said, work's been very busy, so it's mainly reactions and work right now. But I will try to be in the other spaces, Discord and Twitch and all that at some point. But for now, we're just going to keep on watching stuff together and hanging out. So as always, thank you for sharing a little bit of your day with me. And I hope the rest of your day is a good one too. So take care, and I'll see you around. Bye.